All right, welcome you guys. This is a little bonus reading for the Twin Flame community. I wanted to talk a little bit of astrology here and then do a little reading to get your sense about this. Tomorrow on Wednesday, Heart Healing Group, we're going to be talking about Twin Flames, karmics, and soulmates and talking about the differences. And we're talking about, because a lot of what we've been talking about in that group is about healing toxic relationships. And the thing is, there's a lot of you who are mistaking a twin flame for a karmic. And the karmic is here to push you toward a twin flame. They're here to push you toward healing, towards lessons. It's not the same kind of growth and lessons that a twin flame would provide. But at the time, it feels similar. So I want to give you that understanding of what's what, who's who, okay? So that's happening on Wednesday in our Heart Healing Group. If you're not part of that, there's a link below if you want to join up. We're going to be going deep into that tomorrow. And also for Twin Flames, I'll do a reading in a second, but I wanted to just say to you that the astrology here for Twin Flames is kind of like off the hook. On 11/11, which as you know is a twin flame number, November 11th, we have a gateway opening. We have Venus moving into the sign of Libra, which is the sign of love, the sign of balance. And we are also having a little bit later in the month. So it kind of like 11/11 opens this gateway on November 24th. Lots of 24s here. And if you do numerology, 24, 2, 4 added together goes to 6, which is the Lover's card. We have a stellium in 2 masculine signs. Well, actually just 1 masculine sign. No, that's not true. 2 masculine signs. Fire are masculine signs. So Aries and Sagittarius are impacted here. And obviously across the way, Aries and Libra are always right across each other. So there's a lot of activation energy happening from the Libra movement of Venus into that sign. We definitely have the South Node in that sign of Libra. We have for a little while since the summer. And that South Node, North Node pair is at 24 degrees. So on November 24th, we have the North Node and South Node at 24 degrees across from each other. We have 2 stelliums happening, one in Sagittarius, also a masculine sign, Mars at 0 degrees, Sun in Sagittarius at 1 degree, and Mercury at 20 degrees. So more than 3 planets in a sign is a stellium, and that is an activation and a pretty loud energy. Sagittarius is the energy of freedom and optimism and truth. Okay, just like Libra is also an energy of truth. We have in Aries another actually more masculine sign. Aries, I talk about the Emperor all the time. Aries at North Node at 24 degrees Aries is in there. We also have the Moon at 24 degrees Aries. And we have the Chiron energy, 15 degrees Aries, happening on that day, the 24th of November. So now let's get to the reading. The reason I'm saying to you, I'm pointing this out is because it's activation of divine masculine energy. So we'll talk more about that in the reading. So let's get into the reading. And the reason the reason I'm pointing out to you this masculine energy of Aries and Sagittarius, fire's Aries and fire is masculine. I want to point that out to you because this is definitely activation energy. And when we have that North Node is where we're going toward, right? North Node is our karmic path and our mission. And this is a collective reading. So this is definitely everyone, or the masculine may be activated to go toward their twin. The moon is there. The moon moves super fast, so it's not going to last too long, but it's right conjunct. It's right on top of that North Node. So that is feelings. All right, so masculine feelings are activated. And of course, the Chiron is there, still in retrograde. And Chiron is about our wounded soul from past lives. So it's interesting that it's opposite South Node and Venus. Those are past life contracts. South Node is past life contracts, and it's in the sign of Libra, which is Venus and rulership of Venus. So Libra is ruled by Venus, and it's in that it's in that vicinity. So that's kind of an interesting gateway to me. I feel like it's opening on the 11th, November 11th, which is why I'm posting this reading. And then something super powerful, could be passion, could be union, happening around the 24th or in that neck of the woods. Okay. So just keep an eye on that. And spiritual past life contracts can be activated at that time. All right. So I'm going to move my notes here. Ugh. And let's get into the reading. I do see trust. All right, trust happening here. Oh, definitely. Past life. Divine feminine energy. So in the twin flame reading this past week, I talked a little bit about why I'm starting to call, going back to the nomenclature of calling the masculine and feminine runner chaser, because not every single chaser is a feminine, not every single runner is a masculine, okay? And it has nothing to do with gender. So I really wanted to kind of get away from that. And I feel like in us, I mean, I feel like this is the truth about the matter. What's inside of us is masculine and feminine. So whichever you're activating, whichever you're embracing at the time, okay, this is definitely being activated. Something about trust here. And this could be one of those times of like, I'm reaching out, masculine reaching out to the feminine to say, hey, I'm here, or to reconnect in some meaningful way. But there is a feeling in my gut and also in my downloads that I'm getting that the masculine, it will be kind of like a touch and go, as they call it in the military with with the planes, like touching on the runway, touching down, and then keep going, and then you push off again. So that could be happening here, but let's just see. I'm going to pull some cards here. For the collective energy, I'll pull cards for runner and chaser too. So let's see. Underneath is the Ace of Pentacles. There's the past life contract. There is a little bit of confusion, but the direction is clear. 9 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and the King of Wands. So the King of Wands has learned something about themselves. They've made some choices. They're choosing the divine feminine. The runner is choosing the chaser. I feel like the chaser has stopped chasing. That is an activation energy too. So in that Libra energy, with Venus moving in to Libra, into the sign of Libra, November 11th, there is definitely this feeling of, and this is 1111. This card, the 4 wands, 1111. So there is a sense of like choosing to trust this. All right. Choosing to trust this. Tower. 3 of Pentacles. All of a sudden, Queen of Wands. King and Queen of Wands. That's passion, right? King and Queen of Wands. 4 of Swords. Oh, that's why. 4 of Swords, Hermit, Justice, and the Hanged Man. So there's a touch and go meeting of the divine partners for union. Now, this is not every single twin flame on the planet, but I think it's a lot of them because I am feeling that there's a certain level of distress on the planet about people losing hope, right? And the energy of Sagittarius is all about hope and optimism. So it's the twin flame is activating hope and optimism. All right. That's what it's doing, or that's what the connection is doing. I feel like there is some kind of like building a future together. The 3 of Pentacles, suddenly building a future together during this passionate moment. Okay. During this passionate moment. And then boom, off goes the runner. Okay. Again, but I feel like there's a sense of now we can trust it. All right. Now we can trust it. Now it's not activating the chaser's chase reflex. No, because it really has to happen. The runner has to have their ego disintegrate, right? Dark night of the soul. They have to do the healing energy. They have to. Okay. And some of you are dealing with a twin who is in a marriage. There is a legal document that needs to happen, or a legal separation or something like that. And it is about surrendering to the journey. The Hanged Man is about seeing this differently. So even though there's this touch and go moment with the masculine, I'm going to say it, with the masculine, the divine feminine now trusts it because there is some kind of energy exchanged. So that is, I mean, it might be union, it might be that, but it's not just that, because it is, it's not just that. It's like I'm actively investing something of myself, time, energy, money, something about doing the project together or doing some kind of work together. That's how you'll know. Some of you might be confusing, like I said, with the other twin flame reading this week. I said that some of you are confusing a false flame or a karmic with a twin flame. That's why we're doing this lesson in my heart healing group to determine more about that. I want you to be able to ask questions. So that's why we're doing that in that group. All right. So the chaser energy, however you define yourself, you may hate that. Ace of Pentacles again, receiving the Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, what's underneath? The Nine of Wands. Afraid, it's like, oh God, not again. We're not going through this again, right? The moon, that moon is in Aries. The feelings of laying the groundwork for the future are being shared. Three of Cups, 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. There's other people involved. That's why this is a touch and go moment. And I feel like the feminine or the chaser energy is like, oh God, not again, with this Nine of Swords. And the fears come up again. The fears do come up again. But there's something about the collective energy of celebration too, that this divine counterpart is finally offloading 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and choosing the forward movement. 5 of Wands usually is about conflict or drama, which can be true because we do have this fiery energy, right? Aries and Sagittarius energy. What was the other one that I wanted to talk about? Aries, Sag. Oh, and Libra, obviously. Libra, Venus, right? There's a sense of it all going in the right direction. I don't usually see the 5 of Wands that way, but I feel like there's something more for the chaser energy to transmute. There could be some kind of codependence that's needing to be offloaded or needing to be worked through at this time, which is why this is going on. All right. Let's look at the chaser energy. You can term these divine feminine, divine masculine if you like. I'm just saying that the closer we get to union, which it feels like this is sort of like the universe moving the pieces around on the board to make that happen, the more we forget that we are, and that's why this is coming up for the divine feminine or the chaser energy. It feels to me that there's a real sense of like, I hate that. I don't like that. I don't like that characterization of being a chaser and all of that. But there is something, the reason that's being activated is that it's something that you don't like about yourself. Something that you don't like has to be activated. So it doesn't have to be that chaser energy. It can be a codependent energy. It can be a feeling of I can't trust, right? There can be this trust energy activated again, a lack of trust. So what's going on with the divine masculine or the runner energy? And there are plenty of gender female people who are runners. There are plenty of gender male who are chasers. So let's not get too hung up on that. All right. There's the King of Wands again. I'm pulling that. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. Wow. So that's what's going on here with the masculine. I'm just going to move all this. Get off my table. Well, this is a smaller table than I usually have. So masculine is showing up, or the runner is showing up as the 5 of Pentacles, feeling manipulated. Look at this, the Ace of Pentacles again. Ace of Pentacles in all three. That's a huge deal. I'm super happy it's the Ace of Pentacles more than anything else. More than the Ace of Cups. Because the Ace of Pentacles is about time. Spending time, investing yourself. Okay, putting energy and time toward the connection. So the masculine is feeling very manipulated by whatever situation, possibly a karmic situation that they're in, a moon at the same opportunity, the moon. The new moon in Scorpio is happening on November 14th. Okay, that's a watery energy. It can be about telepathy, like that's the thing. If there is union or if there is connection around the 11th going toward the 24th, that moon feels super powerful to me. You both are manifesting with that new moon in Scorpio. I've been mentioning that for a while here. Lovers, Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Queen of Wands again. Holy moly, King and Queen of Wands, King and Queen of Wands. Now, there's these two other kings here with the masculine. King of Swords is about truth, and King of Pentacles is about practicality. How do we move things forward? I feel like that's the statement, right? That the masculine is going to make to the feminine, or the runner is going to make to the chaser. This is my commitment to you. I am going to hold on to a certain amount of financial capability, even though I'm moving through some of them might be getting divorced. I really feel that pretty strongly. And needing to hold on to financial capability or something like that, but putting down the Ten of Wands again here, putting down the doing things for everybody else. That's why this masculine feels put upon or feels like they're being manipulated. And it's sort of like the tip of the iceberg for them, but it's super done for them. Okay. The Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles, again, more practicality. So it's not, I talk about the touch and go thing, right? It's not just that the masculine is going to show up and there's going to be sex and then they're going to take off again. There seems like with this Ace of Pentacles, a fairly firm awareness and directional signal of commitment. All right, where am I going here? All right, so the feminine is there. The three aces of Pentacles. This could be the Three of Pentacles that's showing up right here, which is like how I spend my days, how I spend my nights, how I spend my year, how I spend my time, how, investing in that. Three of Pentacles, investing time, effort, energy, financial capability, really investing in this situation. So I'm very much liking the symmetry here of the moon and the Ace of Pentacles. All right. And then the Ace of Pentacles for the collective underneath as the underpinning. The Nine of Cups, also symmetrical. King and Queen of Wands, King and Queen of Wands, also symmetrical. So there is a lot of alignment going on here. And the key really is for the connection is surrender. So if you are considering yourself the chaser, or if you're considering yourself the divine feminine, the act of surrender is about trust. Okay, it is about trust. If you are the masculine, you consider yourself to be the runner. The act here is about releasing resistance to ego death. Okay, the masculine has to go through an ego death, a releasing of the physical so that they can invest physicality, right? If we're too aligned with what's happening on the 3D level, then we're never going to get to union, because there needs to be a release and an ego death of what's going on physically in order for this to be a spiritual marriage, a long-term kind of connection experience, whether the person is with you in the physical or not. There's a sense of, and some of the divine feminines may have to go through this ego death too. We got the Nine of Swords over here, where it ain't about the 3D. And if you're still in that construct, the 3D can't happen. It's so counterintuitive. It is about releasing the need for the 3D to be experienced so the 3D can be experienced. Because what's happening is that if we are in union in 5D, then the 3D takes care of itself. It's like that's not the starting place. That's kind of the ending place. Okay? So I'm going to continue this reading. I will pull cards for each zodiac sign in the extended. Again, heart healing. We're going to be taking all this on. You can ask all of your questions about, is this a karmic? Is this a soulmate? Is this a twin flame? I will give you a lot more guidance on that. If you want to jump onto heart healing, please do. This is a really important lesson, and we're going to be working with it for the rest of the year. Okay. All right. Link is below for all that stuff. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.